Hello, my fellow butterfly travelers. Welcome to today's Ramblings of an Emerging Butterfly. You remember the story of Jesus walking on the water? Of course I do, Babs. There's nothing new you can teach me about that. Oh, really? You see, I bet you know that story from Matthew 14. And I would bet anything you've heard your pastor preach it like this. Just keep your eyes on Jesus. If you keep your eyes on him, you won't sink. Just shift your focus today. And that is a really good storyline. I've studied it and shared it a million times. But what if your pastor's been holding out on you? What if in this story, we see Jesus doing the most incredible thing he's ever done, and we've just never paid attention to it? You see, you can find that same story in Mark 6, but there's something a little bit different about it. You see, Mark 6 verse 48 says, "He saw that they were in serious trouble, rowing hard and struggling against the wind and the waves. And about 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came towards them walking on the water. He intended to go past them." Oh, my fellow butterfly travelers, did you just catch that? It says he came towards them walking on the water, and he intended to go past them. But hold on. Before we get to that, we gotta look at the line before it. It says that Jesus saw that they were struggling, fighting hard. Look, I love that it says that, because if Jesus saw them, he sees you too. And the truth is, maybe you are sitting there watching this video right now, and you find yourself in the middle of a storm. Maybe you are struggling hard, fighting for your life, and you are crying out to God. Let me tell you today, he sees you. You see, it says at about 3 o'clock in the morning, he saw that they were struggling and he came walking on the water. But it's the next line that changes everything. All right, Jesus, you see us. We're struggling, we're fighting for our lives. Please help us. And here comes Jesus walking past them. Look, let's be real today. You've been crying out to God. You need a miracle. You need an answer. You need help. And it feels like he is just walking past you. But Jesus, why? Why would you walk past them? Those are your best friends, your disciples. You spend all your time with them. Why would you leave them hurting, hanging in the middle of a storm? If that's you today, and you have the same question about your situation, let me tell you why. You see, the reason that Jesus never intended to stop was because the plan never changed. You see, Jesus told them, "Get in the boat. I'll meet you at the other side." He didn't say unless a storm comes. He didn't say unless the wind and the waves get so bad that you can't make it. No. He said, "I'll meet you on the other side. You see, I may not know what you're believing for today. I may not know the hurt and the pain that you're going through, but I do know this. The plan never changed. The promise, the miracle, the blessing, whatever it is that you're believing for that God's spoken to your heart, it's coming." I know it doesn't feel that way right now. You are getting beat up. But just remember today, the plan never changed. You see, Jesus isn't worried about the wind and the waves that you're going through because he's already overcome it all. John 16:33 says, "In this life you will have trouble," but the scripture doesn't end there. It says, "Take heart, for Jesus has already overcome it all." So let me encourage you today. If you find yourself in the middle of a storm and it feels like Jesus is walking right past you, please remember the plan never changed. The promise, the blessing, the miracle is still coming. You see, the best part of the story is it says he intended to walk past them. But that's not what he did. You see, even though Jesus knows he doesn't need to stop for you, that the plan hasn't changed, he still will stop for you because he does see you. And he loves you more than you even know. Yeah, you're in a storm today. But just remind the devil, it's a plan never changed, sucker. I'm going to go ahead and meet Jesus with my promise on the other side and think about that for a minute.